Hello, good afternoon. You're live on Kasi TV, and this is Weekly Ritual with me, Salina Ikia Abuaja. We're streaming to you live from our studios inside Osureven Richard Street. You can join us on our social media handles on Facebook and YouTube at Kasi TV. Now, coming up, beneficiaries of Government Nation Builders Corps NAPCO program hit the streets on Thursday in a protest of what they call an undue delay in the payment of their allowances. Wrinkle details of that story. As Ashanti Regional Command of the Ghana National Fire Service says, more fire incidents are being recorded in the region in the early part of this year as 260 cases were recorded in January alone. And in business, the Ghana Airports Company Limited has appointed Pamela Jamson Fefe as its new managing director effective February 18. Ringo details of these stories and many others in business, sports, entertainment and international right after this. Please do stay. And many thanks for staying. Beneficiaries of Government Nation Builders Corps NAPCO program hit the street on Thursday in a protest of what they call an undue delay in the payment of their allowances. An extension of their service period by government has not been followed with the necessary financial commitment, as many of them are yet to be paid in the past 6 months. Recently, some trainees took to the social media to demand payment of their allowance arrears, saying life has become unbearable for them. Some also blame the government for abandoning them, adding that they have been perishing in extreme hunger and deprivation. Meanwhile, the minority spokesperson on employment, Dr. Kwabena Donko, has asked the government to pay the trainees immediately. On Friday, February 11, the management of NAPCO announced that the allowance arrears for Career Path Training Program, CPTP, and Hill Ghana trainees are being processed for payment. The Akufo-Addo-led government introduced NAPCO in 2017 as part of measures to address graduate unemployment in the country. The initiative was run under 7 modules, i.e. the Education Service, Heal Ghana, Feed Ghana, Revenue Ghana, Digital Ghana, Enterprise Ghana, and Civic Ghana.
We are here today to demand answers to simple questions. First of all, we are asking them, where are the permanent jobs that we promised? The pre-election promises that we are going to mechanize NAPCO, which saw a massive drive from NAPCO for MPPs this month. The promise has been fulfilled. NAPCO needs permanent job. Again, we are here to demand answers to questions like, where are the monies? We promised the public solidly that for NAPCO issues, for NAPCO payments, we don't have problem at all. We have the monies. Monies are available. We have a solid fund base to maintain the program.
And away from that story, the Ashanti Regional Command of the National Fire Service says more fire incidents are being recorded in the region in the early part of this year, as 260 cases were recorded in January alone. Fire outbreaks have in recent times led to the destruction of properties worth millions of Ghana cedi and also displaced many people. The Ashanti Regional Fire Commander, ACFO-1 Henry Giwa, however, said the situation is not as alarming as they seem, since its outfit has intensified sensitization on fire-related issues. The Regional Fire Commander said most of these fire incidents are as a result of negligence. He has thus called on the general public to observe safety measures and also make the fire service the first port to call in all fire incidents to prevent cases from escalating. The Ashanti Regional Fire Commander called on benevolent individuals to support them to have access to the needed logistics to be well placed in handling fire incidents.
The number has increased slightly from 111 as of last year January to 260 this year January. So if you compare, it will look as if it's alarming, but it's not. Just because I believe, because we've intensified our education, we've given out our numbers to almost everybody, nook and cranny of Kumasi. That is why this thing is happening. If the data can even speak for itself. Most of these fights that we've attended, most of them, about over 25%, were out on arrivals, meaning they've extinguished it before we even got there. And for that matter, they know what to do when there's a fire outbreak.
And the police service has interdicted 6 officers for their roles in a clash between the youths of Lameshegu and the police on Sunday. This follows an initial investigation conducted into the clash, which has so far claimed 1 life and injured others. The disturbance is reported to have erupted when a young man who was being pursued by police dashed into the Lamashina's palace to avoid being apprehended by the security personnel. The youth pelted stones at the police, who in turn fired gunshots to disperse the crowd. The Tamale Divisional Commander has described the incident as unfortunate. Divisional Police Commander Chief Superintendent George Yeboah Afari says the police is seriously looking into the matter. He also disclosed a 24-year-old man is battling for his life at the Tamale Teaching Hospital after he was hit by the hip by a bullet. A statement issued by the Public Affairs Directorate of the Ghana Police Service announced that a team of investigators have been dispatched to Tamale to look into the incident. And away from that story, the management of the Ghana Education Service brings to the notice of all parents, teachers, 2021 BEC candidates, and the entire public that the Computerized School Selection and Payment System Secretariat has made available the school selected by the candidate through bulk SMS, USSD messaging, and online for verification and confirmation. The verification and confirmation exercise began on February 16 and ended on Tuesday, February 22. The bulk messages will be sent to the contact numbers provided during the school selection exercise by the candidate. Candidates are entreated to check and notify their heads of schools immediately if errors are found for corrections to be made. The release signed by the head of Public Relations Unit, Cassandra Chum Ampofo, cautions candidates to know that they cannot change their school choice except for errors. And now let's move to the Northeast region, where government has cut short for the construction of the first high school in the Yonyo Nasweni district of the Northeast region. The 12-unit classroom block at Nasweni 1, completed in October, will be used to establish a girls' model senior high school. Speaking at a short gathering to introduce the project, contractors, MP for the area Oscar Liwa told residents that the project was in fulfillment of their long-standing dream to have a secondary school within the district. The district chief executive for Nasweni, Betty Conan, elaborated on how the chief of Nasweni considered it prudent to seek a school from the vice president, Dr. Baumia. He further explained that the girls' school will be founded to reduce teenage pregnancy and coerced early marriages drastically. Females who are usually in the circumstance due to the lack of higher education institution as well as poverty, she lamented.
When we talk of girls' education, usual Naswan districts has been left far behind. And our chief thought it wise to request for girls' model senior high school from the Vice President, through our Honorable Member of Parliament, through the District Chief Executive. Thank God this morning, we are here with contractors, the contracts in Nanswan here.
The way our girls was going for KU and then them, all of us was not happy, and because the government of Nana Akufo-Addo and the Vice have done, we don't know what to talk to them. It's only that we want them to be there and there so that everything will be coming like the way they have come today. So I'm very, very happy.
Now let's do some COVID-19 story where the Ghana Health Service has noted that as of February 8, the country's total COVID-19 death toll stood at 1,431. From February 5 to 8 this year, 5 deaths were recorded. On its website, the service noted that current active cases stand at 396. Out of these cases, 5 are said to be severe, whilst 3 are critical. The Kodaka International Airport and 11 out of 16 regions recorded active cases that have for Northeast, Northern, OT and Savannah regions are not battling with active cases so far. According to the Ghana Health Service, a total of 121 individuals contracted the virus as of February 8. The Greater Accra region, Eastern Volta and the Western regions, as well as the KIA recorded new cases. These additional cases bring Ghana's COVID-19 cases to 151,159 since the emergence of the virus in March 2020. So far, the Ghana Health Service has discharged 156,332 people who have recovered from the virus from the various health institutions in the country. And the Minister for Health, Kweku Agyeman-Manu, has inaugurated an 11-member governing body of the Ghana College of Pharmacists. He inaugurated the board on Thursday, February 17 this year. The board is chaired by Odeniho Kwafo Akoto III. The other members are Farm Yvonne Yonchiwa Eseku, Farm Joseph Kojo Insinya Nyagbe, Dr. Emmanuel Ankra Odame, Reverend Professor Isaac Julius Asiedu Jeche, Farm Samuel Ko Donko, Farm Dr. Aljiraf, Mrs. Marina Anobia Pia Opare, Farm Dr. Samuel Amwabin Konto, respectively. Now let's do some business stories where the Ghana Airport Company Limited has appointed Pamela Johnson Tete as its new managing director effective February 18 this year. This follows an emergency meeting by the Ghana Airport Company Limited board held on 16 February this year. Until her appointment, Pamela was the Director of Communications and Outreach at the Millennium Development Authority, where she is responsible for the successful management and implementation of all communications and stakeholder engagement strategies and the Compact 2. She is an experienced corporate communications executive with over 25 years experience, 18 years in senior management and 9 years experience in the mining industry. She had earlier worked at Ashanti Goldfields Company Limited, where she held the position of Senior Public Affairs and Investor Relations Officer. She is an accredited member of the Institute of Public Relations Ghana. A developing story, the year-on-year producer price inflation for all industries for the first month of 2022 has risen to 15.6%. up from the 14.7% recorded in December last year. The rate represents a 0.9 percentage point increase in the average price of goods and services received by domestic producers in the country for their production activities relative to the rate recorded in December last year. The month-on-month change in producer price index between December 2021 and January 2022 was 4.0%. In January last year, the producer price inflation rate for all industries was 8.7%. The rate increased to record 13.0% in March 2020, but declined to 10.9% in April last year. In May 2021, the rate increased to 11.8%, but decreased continuously to record 8.1% in August last year. Subsequently, the rate increased continuously to record 15.6% in January this year. The producer price index measures the average change over time in the prices received by domestic producers for the production of their goods and services. And still in business, in a frantic effort to achieve an ambitious 80.3 billion Ghana cedis tax revenue target for the year 2020 and also attain a tax to GDP ratio of up to 16.5%, the government has initiated moves to widen the tax net and broaden the tax scope. Aside from the introduction of an electronic transfer levy, which is yet to be considered by Parliament, the government has also initiated moves to collect taxes from businesses operating via the internet. The Ghana Revenue Authority has revealed plans to begin taxing electronic commerce and online businesses beginning from April 1 this year. This will mean that the likes of Netflix, Facebook, and other multinational online businesses that accrue revenue from Ghana will be compelled to comply with Ghana's e-commerce tax. The GRA boss made an announcement at the authority's 2022 management retreat being held at the Volta Syrian Hotel in Ho. Reverend Amwa further clarified that the e-commerce tax will be targeted at online service providers, both local and foreign.
Pilot will be, so the same platform will be used for e-commerce, it will be used for gaming and betting, and shall also be used for the VAT or VAT. And then it will ensure that all these players are taking part. And from 1st April, we'll start the pilot test with a number of identified players in this area. And then by June, we'll go complete the whole country. So that is the target for the e-commerce, the gaming, and then the electronic VATs.
Now let's do some sports news where Accra Lions have beefed up their technical team with the appointment of former Black Stars assistant coach Ibrahim Tanko as technical director. His employment takes immediate effect for Accra Lions, who are experiencing top-flight football for the first time this season. This will be Tanko's first engagement with a Ghanaian side, having spent time coaching clubs in the German and Japanese J-League. In 2017, Tanko was named assistant Black Stars coach to Kwesi Appiah, where he spent 2 years. He was later appointed Ghana Under-23 coach and qualified the team for the 2019 African Under-23 Cup of Nations tournament in Egypt for the first time in 12 years. But the Black Stars Mauritius missed out on qualification to the 2020 Tokyo Olympics. Tanko's last job was when he was handed the home-based Black Stars job, but was replaced after 5 months by Amano Walker. And now let's do some entertainment news where award-winning gospel minstrel Janyana has said that The gospel fraternity needs a lot of investors in its promotion. Born Jemima Anoyeboa Jayana noted that the industry is not an easy one and needs investment in dealing with so many things. Diana is noted for her soul-touching ministrations, energetic performance, making an immense impact on followers of Christian music with her mesmerizing and captivating vocals. The stars of the future season 1 contestant has set Sunday, February 27 this year for her Kara Experience, a worship event to be held at the Christian Praise International Center, Anoyeboa Cathedral, Pig Farm, Accra. The Victory Hitmaker will share the same stage with some gospel acts like Sisi Chom, Kobe Mante, Kofi Karikari, Aduhima, Joyce Blessing, and other inspiring worshipers. Kara Experience is intended to fulfill the spiritual needs of people and is expected to pull thousands of music lovers to the venue to have an experience with God.
It's been amazing. It's been awesome. I mean, there are a few challenges here and there, you know, but it's been awesome. The music business or industry in Ghana is that we lack investors. We lack production houses, you know, and you know, record labels and all that. So for me, that is like my major challenge. Because of that, it's like most of the artists are like doing things by themselves. The investment, everything, all the money that you need to invest, everything is coming from like individuals, their pockets. So it makes it very difficult for, you know, for us to push ourselves out there, because like the industry is huge, it's big, and you can't say that you can do it by yourself. So we need such people around to also invest and also help push the brands and you know, to push us to wherever that we need to get to.
Now let's do some international news where Liberia's former interim president Amos Sawyer has died at the age of 76. He was one of the country's most acclaimed politicians who became interim president in the 1990s as part of efforts to stop the bloody war launched by now jailed former President Charles Taylor. Taylor and his NPEL rebels did not recognize the Sawyer leadership and prevented him from venturing outside the capital, Monrovia, throughout the 4-year interim period. In post-war Liberia, Sawyer, a university professor and a lecturer of political science, served as chairman of the Governance Commission. Ghana, Rwanda, and Senegal are partnering with German biotechnology company BioNTech CSE to fill, finish, and package BioNTech mRNA vaccines in Africa as a first step in the chain of domestic vaccine production, which will to improve vaccine supply in Africa. This was announced at a high-level meeting in Marburg, Germany on Wednesday, where President Akufo-Addo, together with President Macky Sall and Paul Kagame of the Republics of Senegal and Rwanda, respectively, witnessed the presentation of a BioNTech modular production facility solution for the production of mRNA vaccines in Africa. Moreover, with Ghana's growing pharmaceutical industry, which already has broad footprint in the West Africa, President Akufo-Addo added that, backed by the nation's industrial research institutions, strong political will and commitment, fueled by lessons learned from the COVID-19 pandemic, is on one of the utmost belief that Ghana is prepared for this particular project.
Far from viewing the pandemic as a disaster before which we are powerless, we must embrace fully the lessons it teaches us, as well as the direction to which it is pointing us. In particular, for us in Africa, it has given us a good sense of how important it is to strengthen our unity and solidarity, and has provided us with the motivation, if any were needed, to be self-reliant. Whilst applauding the COVAX, AU, and AVATT in COVID-19 vaccine supply initiatives, we're nevertheless venturing into vaccine development and manufacturing with Ghana, Rwanda, and Senegal determined to become vaccine manufacturing hubs in sub-Saharan Africa. We want to achieve self-sufficiency in vaccine production to meet future national, regional, and continental needs for health security.
And that'll be all for this week's edition on Weekly Read Through. For more news updates, you can log on to our social media handles on Facebook and YouTube at Kasi Television. A very big thank you goes to my crew, Jokash, Kwame Adepamong, Nat, Happy, and to my executive producer, Elder Dominic Boachi. And to you, watch me as well. My name has been Salina Ikuya Abuajo. As always, stay safe, stay positive, and protect yourself. Enjoy the rest of our programs.